the Minister of Planning and Economic Development, Dr. Francis Kaikai, Tuesday, November 5, 2019, been take the bill we named the National Commission for Social Action Act of 2019 before member them of Parliament, na the well of Parliament. And as so it been introduced this bill.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I move that the bill entitled the National Commission for Social Action Act 2019 be read the first time.
Honorable members, the question
after we be don't ask the House of Parliament for read this bill for the first time, MP them not been denied.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Dr. Kaikai been carry on at the well of Parliament for talk about way to make MP them for look inside this bill and for turn am law. And one of them reason them according to them, that NACSA all the term don't they go to Parliament for add them term for do them work as the NACSA Act when at the law we give NACSA strength for do them work. Only give this institution 10 years for do them work, and after that then for go back na Parliament for renew their mandates. But according to Dr. Kaikai, the 2019 NACSA Act go make NACSA continue for do them work tego, we inside English say then go get permanent status.
Despite its role over the past 20 years as the leading government agency for the delivery of social services and social protection for the development of human capital in the country, the institution has had to request for renewal of its mandates every 10 years. In the interest of making the institution a more permanent and robust one in support of Sierra Leone's development program, there is need to upgrade its status to operate on a perpetual basis.
But how this go help NACSA for do them work? We plenty people know say na for take different development program them, like for build school, water well, markets, barre, and plenty other development projects them na different part na the country. Dr. Kaikai explains say this go make NACSA get collapse and more focus for do different work them for help Salone people all about na the country.
This will not only give comfort to the staff of NACSA, but will transform that institution into a permanent development agency of government with a well-defined mandate as it has been elaborated in the attached act. Since its establishment, NACSA has successfully implemented programs and projects in all the 16 districts of Sierra Leone, benefiting the entire country. NACSA's intervention has cut across sectors: the social sector, education and health, water and sanitation, community infrastructure, feeder roads, energy, markets, have been implemented with financial support from the government of Sierra Leone, the World Bank, African Development Bank, Islamic Development Bank, German Development Bank, United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, and ECOWAS.
But after all this talk by the Minister of Planning and Economic Development for convince MP them, they not been satisfied as different MP them been get different issue them against this bill. The first one na Honourable Lahai Mara, where they represent constituency 42 na Falaba district, as he pick on the title of this bill, where he say no explain clear one to MP them waiting them for do, because according to Honourable Mara, NACSA Act already day where MP them be done pass from 2001, 2008 and 2015.
Is it a bill or is it an amendment? When you read the short title, Mr. Speaker, the short title of the bill, a bill entitled the National Commission for Social Action 2019. We already have a bill for 2001 and it was amended in 2008, amended also in 2015. Now we are having a new bill. Is that a procedure?
This be make Honourable Mara say MP them not for even waste time for look inside this bill, but for to weigh them back to the one them we write them.
I don't think we need to continue with this bill. It should be sent back to the drafters for them to do the necessary. In fact, it should not even be committed to the Legislative Committee or whatsoever committee. Because if you read Standing Order 52.1, Mr. Speaker, the Legislative Committee or whatsoever select committee the bill may be assigned to, they say any committee to which a bill is committed shall not discuss the principles of the bill, but only its details.
That na Honourable Mara, but listen to waiting Honourable Bashiru Siliki, where they represent constituency 82 na both districts, say about this same bill after we look inside am.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the Constitution is very clear
that His Excellency the Vice President have only one function. He acts in the absence of the President. All other institutions should be under His Excellency the President and not under His Excellency the Vice President. If the President is not around, definitely the Vice President will take charge. But we cannot give powers to the Vice President that contravenes the Constitution.
Honourable Bashiru Siliki carry on say, this bill not just give the Vice President power them with the Constitution or give them, but same also will take Parliament in power and give them to the Minister of Planning and Economic Development and the Vice President. We make it think say MP them, not for grief for them as it does so.
Mr. Speaker, if you go through this bill, you begin to see areas where NACSA will be reporting to the Minister of Development and Economic Planning. You go again, you see areas where NACSA will be reporting to the Vice President. It's confusing. If NACSA is going on under the Ministry of Development and Economic Planning, it's good and fine. But it cannot go under His Excellency the Vice President. We have again a situation in this bill that the bill is asking that oversight even should be provided by His Excellency the Vice President. It is only Parliament that is mandated by law to provide oversight on the executive. And if NACSA is going to be part of the executive, the oversight function should come to this Parliament and not to His Excellency the Vice President.
That's the Honourable Bashiru Siliki. Honourable Indolo Moiwu Gevao, they represent constituency 03 na Kailaun district. He look inside the two most power where he says section 7 of this bill give to the board member them na the NACSA board where he thinks say MP them for courts.
I have also carefully looked at the bill and even went to section 7 of the bill, which gives the board members impunity. Because of that, I honestly believe that we really need to sit down as a house and vet it. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, if you are saying that nothing or other proceedings shall lie or be instituted against any member of the board or member of the committee of the board for or in respect of any act or thing done or omitted to be done in good faith. Who determines good faith? Who determines good faith? It's like if this one is to actually stand, you'll be giving a catch blank umbrella to the members or the board members to do anything under the earth.
That na Honourable Indolo Moiwu Gevao. Honourable Roland Fodi Kagbo, when a first-time chairman for the NACSA Committee na Parliament, get different view as he thinks say he don't do now for make NACSA get power for continue for operate without the no go na Parliament for renewed and 10-year mandates.
In the last session of Parliament, I was chairman of NACSA Parliamentary Committee, and we had the opportunity to go around with NACSA to see some of their activities and also to discuss some of the constraints they had with regards to their existence. And I agree with the last speaker that what is necessary is to repeal and replace the Act to create a situation for permanent existence. Because that has been the problem, that after every 10 years, NACSA had to come to Parliament to renew their mandate because that expired. And I remember late 2018, we had a problem. The mandate expired and they were operating, and we invited them here in Parliament and threatened that we will have to pronounce sanctions because they should not operate after the expiry of their mandate.
That na Honourable Roland Fodi Kagbo, Sef, Honourable Sidie Mohamed Tunis, na the leader of government business na Parliament, where he be dey respond for end this stronger debate na the well of Parliament for sake this bill we name the National Commission for Social Action Act of 2019. He say this act will replace the other NACSA acts them we don't dey before them, although the one them we then write this bill forget for write am so.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the honorable member is correct. I think what is missing on this bill is an item that's supposed to come under memorandum of objects and reasons. This bill will repeal the previous bills and we will repeal and replace the previous bills. It's supposed to be, but I saw it earlier on, but I thought that after the debate, when we go to the committee stage, we'll do necessary corrections. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I also want honorable members to understand that NACSA at the moment is under the office of the Vice President. And because the honorable Vice President does not actually come to bring bills to Parliament, that's why he was authorized
through a cabinet conclusion for him to designate the Minister of Planning and Economic Development to bring this bill to Parliament. I agree with so many of my colleagues that there are a lot of issues that we have to look at on this bill.
The leader of government business, Honourable Tunis, not been waste plenty time for talk about other area them inside this bill, as it been clear say the bill not been all water as it is so now, but not because MP them not been greasy NACSA, not forget the power for operate proper one, but that MP them for look inside this bill back, for chap the area them where they need for, and make other correction them will go happen inside the Legislative Committee in Parliament.
I stand on SO 51-1 to move that this bill be committed to both the Legislative Committee and the Committee on NACSA.
Any seconder to that motion?
So the leader of government business in Parliament, Honourable Sidie Mohamed Tunis, been moved the motion for make MP them send the NACSA Act of 2019 at the Legislative and NACSA Committee them in Parliament for make MP them look inside and proper one and bring and come later at the well of Parliament for see if they go pass them or not.
All in favor say aye. All against say nay. The ayes have it.
The bill has been committed.
Me